Welcome to the Lincoln City Council meeting of February 2nd, 2026. Please be advised a copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted at the back of the chambers by the northwest door. Let us all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a short moment of silent meditation. Please remain standing if you are able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The order of business of City Council is as follows. The clerk will call the items listed on the agenda. Under public hearing, anyone wishing to speak on an item must first register and sign in at the table located in the lobby. The council shall require any member of the public addressing the council to identify themselves, the name of any organization represented by such person, and their address, unless the address requirement is waived to protect the security of the individual. Each speaker should state whether they are speaking in favor of or in opposition to the item. Testimony is limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Anyone wishing to speak on an agenda item shall come forward after the clerk reads that item and the applicant has presented. After public comments, the applicant may make one short rebuttal. After all public hearings, the council will vote on resolutions and items listed under third reading. On the second and last Monday of the month, immediately prior to adjournment, anyone may speak on any issue not on the agenda for that date nor planned for a future agenda. We ask that all speakers strive for civility and allow the business of council to proceed unimpeded. Will the clerk please call the first item of business?
Our first item of business is a reminder that due to President's Day holiday, City Council will not meet on February 16th. Next then would be our consent agenda, sections 1 and sections 2.
All right, is there anybody here to present on the consent agenda items? Any members of the public to talk on the consent agenda items? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, clerk?
We can now vote on these items. Item 1A is to clarify the prior reappointment of Hugh Syke to the Examining Board of Plumbers for a partial term to expire on February 1st, 2026, and reappointment of Hugh Syke to the Examining Board of Plumbers for a term to expire February 1st of 2029, introduced by Beckius.
So moved. Second.
Second by Weber. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bowers?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 1B is approving the selection of a contractor pursuant to the bids opened on January 22nd, 2026, and authorizing execution of the construction contract between the City of Lincoln and the State of Nebraska Department of Transportation for use of Federal Transportation Program funds for design, construction, and construction engineering services for the Cornhusker Highway 39th Street Rehabilitation Project, introduced by Beckius.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Washington, and I believe we have an amendment.
Yes.
right.
Chair Carlson, I'd like to offer a motion to amend number 1 on this item, and it's just a clarification, cleanup of the issue, the motion.
Second.
All right, seconded by Beckius. Any discussion? Please call the rolls.
Bowers?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Main motion, Bowers?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. That concludes our consent agenda. We shall move on to section 3, public hearing resolutions. I'll call item 3A. Item 3A is approving an interlocal agreement between the City of Lincoln and the Lower Platte South Natural Resources District for the Dead Man's Run Flood Reduction Project.
Welcome, Director.
Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Elliott, Director of Lincoln Transportation and Utilities, 555 South 10th. And with me today is David Potter from Lower Platte South NRD. I'll let him, I'll go through mine and then turn it over to David on this. But kind of a little history. Back in 2018, the City of Lincoln and Lower Platte South NRD entered into an agreement like we do for most of all our projects here, but this one in particular in 2018 was to cooperate on the Dead Man's Run flood reduction project. That agreement expired at the end of 2025. There is still work to be done. If you recall, we slightly shifted the project's focus, originally working with the Army Corps of Engineers, now transitioning to a local project. This will allow us to finish design and continue on with construction. We will be having an open house probably around April on the project, give or take. So more information coming. But this updated interlocal just really outlines the scope of the project. It establishes the roles and responsibilities of each partner in this. And it does include project management, coordination, and financial management as well. So I will let David kind of walk through anything he has to add on it.
I could be funny and say Happy Groundhog's Day and just repeat everything. My name is David Potter. I'm the general manager for Lower Platte South NRD, and Liz did a great job. The interlocal, the cooperation agreement, does identify the changes that we recently went through. And instead of doing an amendment with the expiration of it, it was felt that we just go ahead and adopt a new agreement. This expands the scope of time involved with the project. It identifies the cost, a more real cost that we are looking at doing on this project, which is estimated at about $30 million. It's a very important project. And as Liz said too, the separation of duties, working together, very important for the NRD and the city cooperatively to work on this particular project. It is a big project. There is a lot of moving parts with it. So we've established a project manager and a project coordinator to get through this. The Lower Platte South NRD Board of Directors approved this cooperative agreement back in October. So we already did our part, and we encourage City Council, City of Lincoln to go ahead and approve this.
Happy to answer any questions.
Council, any questions? Pretty straightforward. Thank you both.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there any members of the public who'd like to comment on this? Item 3A, please come forward now. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, proceed.
I'll call item 3B, approving and adopting the Lower Platte South Natural Resources District multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan for eligibility of federal disaster mitigation funds.
Looking at my notes. Liz Elliott again. Annually we do come up and update our agreement hazard mitigation plan with the Lower Platte South NRD. Here, the Lower Platte South NRD has completed their update to the multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation. We are participating community as part of this. The mitigation plans are required to be updated and approved every 5 years. Ignore my annual, 5 years on this one. And this one represents an update from the previously 2020 plan that was adopted. This hazard mitigation plan is a community-guided document that identifies vulnerability to natural and man-made hazards and outlines mitigation actions to reduce or eliminate these risks. The adoption of this plan is important because FEMA requires an approved updated hazard mitigation plan for communities to be eligible for several key mitigation grant fund programs, both before and after disasters. And so this plan really does help our community continue to be strong and resilient to ensure that we are reducing our disaster risk. We're improving our coordination with Lower Platte South NRD and other participating communities, and it really does support our long-term planning to protect our communities. So throughout the process of doing this, key representatives from the City of Lincoln have been on the planning team. We've received input specific to Lincoln's community priorities, and so this just updates the work that's already been in progress. We do have, as earlier, David Potter here with the Lower Platte South NRD if there are any additional questions on the details of that plan, but we are asking for support and approval of the updated hazard mitigation plan.
All right, council, any questions? Councilwoman Washington.
Thank you, Chair Council. Director Elliott, I have a question. I think I understand the purpose of having the mitigation plan so that we know what we would do in case of a disaster, but does this actually guarantee that we would get FEMA dollars because we've prepared a mitigation plan?
My understanding is it doesn't guarantee that we will get it, but it is a guarantee that we probably wouldn't get it if we didn't have this. So it helps ensure that we're more likely to get the FEMA funding when and if that's needed.
Yeah, thank you.
Council, any other questions? No? All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Director. Are there any members of the public like comment on this? Item 3B. Seeing none, we can proceed.
I'll call item 3C, accepting and approving the report of new and pending claims against the city for January 1st through January 15th of 2026.
Right, is there anyone that'd like to discuss new and pending claims against the city? Anyone here for pending claims? Okay. All right.
Hi.
Hello, welcome. If you want to start with your name and then address.
My name is Erica Brent, and my address is 2706 South 35th Street in Lincoln, 68506. And I am stating that I was hurt on StarTran bus February 1, 2025. Received injury to my 3, 4, and 5 ribs and thoracic spine, fracture. And I know that Mr. Bussey said that he didn't feel that StarTran was responsible for this. However, the bus driver slammed on the bus, it threw me into the armrest and caused those injuries. So I am letting you know that I hold you responsible.
All right. Council, do we have any questions?
I got a question.
Councilman Bowers.
Hey, I just want to make sure that I'm clear. So you were sitting on the bus, and
Yep.
then the bus driver hit the brakes, and then you fell out of your seat.
Nope, didn't fall out of my seat at all. I was sitting on the bus. There were 2 ladies that were sitting beside me. We were on number 44 and O, which goes through Gateway Mall. Actually, he was going too fast, really, to be going through the mall with so many people that come in and out of the mall all the time. A little kid could get hit easily, and he wouldn't see them because, let's face it, it's a 2-ton Tussie that he's driving, and a little kid would be hard to see. A lady, I guess, walked in front of him. I did not see her, but he slammed on the brakes. By him doing that, he threw me into the armrest, and the 2 ladies that were sitting next to me were thrown into me also, which pushed me further into that armrest. So please get rid of them.
Well, did you go to the emergency room?
I did not go over the weekend, no. I called my doctor. They said they would see me on Friday. This happened on Saturday. They said they would see me on Friday if things didn't get better to call them back. So on Tuesday, it was way worse. I could hardly move, I could hardly walk, and I was told to go to after hours or emergency care. So I went to see Dr. Webb at the ortho clinic on A and 70th, and they did x-rays and an MRI, and that's when they diagnosed me with what was going on.
What did they diagnose you with?
Bruised ribs and a fracture of T11-12.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Council, any other questions?
No?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Councilman Weber.
I would have a question for city law.
Assistant City Attorney Nicholas Bussey, 555 South 10th, Suite 300.
Thank you, Mr. Bussey. So I just want to ask some questions based off of Ms. Brent's testimony. So, and I have here the letter that was sent to her from the city attorney's office on January 12th that discusses her incident. So, you know, I see here that the city of Lincoln's only liable or responsible for damages or injuries when the city or its employees act in a negligent manner. Can you speak to that
Yeah.
statement?
So when I reviewed her claim, you know, I reviewed the incident report from the driver. Luckily, we have video on the buses, and so I was able to watch the video of the bus, you know, basically from the time she got on until the time she got off. I understand her point about the injuries that she alleges occurred, but in reviewing the video, you know, the driver is driving a bus through a parking lot at what I perceive to be a reasonable speed. He does apply the brakes, and you can see people kind of move a little bit, but you know, he's not distracted. There's no collision. You know, it kind of just looks like an ordinary, you know, bus driving through a parking lot that has to make a sudden stop because another car or somebody pulls out. I think in his incident report, he said that a car had pulled out. And so in reviewing all that, you know, nothing that deviated from the standard of care. It's the bus being operated in a normal, usual manner. So no negligence on the part of the driver. So really that, to me, was just dispositive of the whole claim. Though I do understand she was very forthright in providing all the information, and you know, I feel like this, in recommending denial of the claim, will let her kind of move on.
That's all I had. Thank you, Mr. Bussey.
Councilwoman Washington.
Thank you. Attorney Bussey, thank you for coming forward. And you said they had plenty of records, they have the video. But she had claimed that the bus was moving fast. It was maybe speeding. She didn't use the word speeding.
Yeah.
But do you know how fast the bus was going?
Yeah, I don't think the video captures the precise speed of the bus. It looked like kind of your normal bus traversing through the parking lot when I watched the video. Nothing to me that would suggest that it was, you know, going above the kind of standard speed that a bus would go through the gateway parking lot.
Okay. All right.
Though the stop was, you know, a little abrupt, but that's kind of what you have to do if, you know, there's a hazard in front of you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Council, any other questions? All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address council on claims against the city? If so, please come forward now. Anyone to discuss claims against the city? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, we can proceed. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
We've got a motion in regards to this.
Thank you.
26R45. Here it is.
Yeah,
Lines 14, 15.
Tom, just a point. We'll get to that in just a second here when we're doing the voting.
Oh,
I'll,
I'm sorry.
that's all right. I'll call on you there too. We'll flag that. Okay. Seeing them, Madam Clerk, we can go ahead and proceed.
I'll call item 3D, use permit 22004A, application of L'Oreal Estate LLC to amend existing use permit to allow for 21 townhouse units with associated waivers on property generally located at North 26th Street and Kensington Drive.
All right. Welcome.
Noah Chestnut, Rig Engineering, 601 Old Cheney Road, Suite A. So this amendment reduces the approved dwelling units from 25 to 21. The site is connected by a private roadway with adequate emergency access. Utility will tie into existing infrastructure. Stormwater will be managed through the existing southern detention cell that is supported by LTU as well as approved by the local HOA. Key waivers and deviations have been supported by Planning Commission and revised in response to their feedback. So if you have any questions.
Council, any questions on this?
Straightforward.
No. Pretty straightforward. Thank you. All right. Is there any member of the public like to comment on this item 3D? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
I'll call item 3E, amending the fiscal year 2025-2026 CIP to authorize an appropriate $250,000 in tax increment financing for the Howley Historic Restoration and Redevelopment Project.
Welcome, Director.
Good afternoon, Council. Dan Marvin, Urban Development, 555 South 10th Street. In June of last year, no, in June of '24, a resolution came before this body to adopt the Holly redevelopment area. And the plan was to provide assistance for historic alterations to existing buildings in the Holly neighborhood. And it was approved on a 6-0 vote. And what you have before you today is an adjustment in the CIP that you would normally do in August, but that we feel like we can start moving ahead with this project. So we're bringing a CIP adjustment to you today for $250,000 so that we will be able to begin the program that was approved in 2024. I think most of the things that were discussed in 2024 would be that we would make repairs to buildings that would include windows. So we put wood windows in instead of vinyl windows. We could make repairs to porches and other features on these homes. And we think that we can start moving forward with this now, which is why what you have before you is an adjustment in the CIP. I can stop there and answer any questions that you might have.
Council, any questions? Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Any members of the public like to comment on item 3E? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please move forward on voting.
We'll vote on these items. Item 3A is approving the interlocal agreement between the City of Lincoln and the Lower Platte South Natural Resources District for the Dead Man's Run Flood Reduction Project, introduced by Beckius.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Washington. Any discussion? Councilwoman Washington.
Anything that moves forward, our ability to manage the flooding in the Dead Man's Run area is welcomed. It's been decades, and I'm glad we're one more step closer.
Council, any other discussion? All right, please call the roll.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Juden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 3B is approving and adopting the Lower Platte South Natural Resources District a multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan for eligibility of federal disaster mitigation funds, introduced by Beckius.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Washington. Discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Washington,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 3C is accepting and approving the report of new and pending claims against the city for January 1st through January 15th of 2026, introduced by Beckius.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Schob. Discussion?
Now.
Mr. Duden?
Yes, I have a motion to amend this on lines 14 and 15. The claims of Zachary Colburn and Becky Barnes are going to be removed and from the denied claims list. And that's the only change.
Second?
All right, motion's made and seconded by Washington. Any discussion?
I have
Please.
one question.
Oh, go ahead.
Just for clarification, so that we all know, when it's moved from denied, where is it going?
Pending. It will go back on pending for further review.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Thank you.
It's all right.
All right, any other discussion, council? Councilman Schob?
Yes, Mr. Christie, I'm sorry, would you come back again for another? Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Christie, thank you.
Yes.
So we have a list of claims against the city. Individuals have the right to do that at any time. Your office reviews them. Some of them are approved, some are denied. For the denied claims, what happens or what should an individual do if their claim is denied?
If a claim is denied, they always have the opportunity to seek the assistance of a lawyer to see if the claims are coming pursuant to the Political Tort Claim Act.
Thank you.
I may have forgot a word in there, but it's the initial step that a claimant would have to take before they could file an action in district court.
So this step is necessary for a claimant to go to court to ask for restitution from the city?
Yes,
That would be, if someone were denied and wanted to follow up on it, they could go to court.
they could.
Thank you, Mr. Christie. Thank you,
That
Mr.
is,
Chair.
it's always an option after this step, yes.
Any other discussion? No? All right, thank you. All right, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Calling the vote for the motion. Bowers?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Calling main motion. Bowers?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 3D is use permit 22004A, application of the Real Estate LLC to amend existing use permit to allow for 21 townhouse units with associated waivers on property generally located at North 26th Street and Kensington Drive, introduced by Beckius.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Schob. Discussion?
Chair Carlson.
Yes.
Just wanted to make a quick comment. This application is being amended. It's actually getting a little bit smaller than originally allowed, but the existing use permit still allows for infill development by Aaron Bird here in our community, and certainly housing is important, and just wanted to take a moment to thank him for his work to see that a project needs to be amended so it can get done, so we can continue to add housing. So, thank you, Chair.
Council, other discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Washington?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Bowers?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 3E is amending the fiscal year 2025-2026 CIP to authorize and appropriate $250,000 in tax increment financing for the Howley Historic Restoration Redevelopment Project, introduced by Beckius.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Washington. Discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bowers?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. That concludes section 3 of our agenda. We shall move on to section 4. I'll call item 4A, street name change 25002, application of the City of Lincoln Planning and Development Services to change a portion of Peregrine Court to Peregrine Road, generally located east of the intersection of Talon Road and Peregrine Court.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, David Carey, Director of the Planning and Development Services Department, 555 South 10th Street. What I have before you for your consideration is a street name change that has gone to our street naming committee. Again, just to be clear, the street naming committee provides a recommendation directly to you. It does not, this type of item doesn't come to the Planning Commission, just for process sake. This street name change is necessary mainly because over 20 years ago, a determination was made that the term court could be applied to the entire stretch of what was developed or approved to be developed at the time. The reality is that Peregrine Court is appropriate when there is a cul-de-sac involved. What is happening here is that this extension of Peregrine Road is going to go further to the east, and that became apparent to us when we were looking at new information. However, back then in 1999, this stretch should have always been road because of a future extension of a public street. And therefore, what we need to do now is make sure that it's clear that it will, going forward, be road and not court. Four individual properties are affected by this. They have been contacted. They understand that this change is happening and being proposed to happen. And with that, I'll just stop. I'll just give you some general location. This area is in the southeast of 84th and Holdred, just so you know the area. I can answer any questions you might have.
Council, any questions? Councilwoman Washington.
What is the approximate cost to have a road change name? I'm assuming that they have to get a new house number or something.
I don't have the answer to that. I mean, certainly a house number would be part of that cost. There's certainly street sign changes that the city certainly will be covering those costs.
And then just a technical question. I noticed you counted 4 properties, but the image that you show also shows another street intersecting the court going south. And I'm just curious, was there any consideration of changing it from a court to a road or whatever before those houses were built?
I do not believe that triggered that kind of thought process. I think it just because it's the actual Peregrine street name that is what really kind of made it aware that we needed to make this change.
Okay, thank you.
Council, any other questions? Councilman Duden.
Wouldn't it have been easier just to change it from, to east or west?
Well, that's not part of our typical naming structure.
But it's the same numbers on the house.
Yeah, the only reason why we wouldn't do that is because that's not a typical naming structure for streets that are not numbered or lettered, I guess is the way to put it. This is a specific name for Peregrine. And so we definitely want to be consistent with court when there's a cul-de-sac involved, but then street when it's an actual street that's extended and has several more addresses off of it. In a large part, this is part of the emergency response way to handle things as well.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Council, any other questions? Appreciate it. Thank you, Director. Sir, any member of the public like to comment on item 4A? If so, please come forward now. Item 4A. Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
I'll call item 4B, Street and Alley Vacation 25004, application of Greg and Cassidy Bach to vacate a portion of undeveloped right-of-way of South Street adjacent to property generally located at South 98th Street and South Street.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, folks. I'm Greg Bohatch.
You can go to either side and
Just don't talk into that.
that's right.
Good afternoon, Greg Bohatch. I live at the corner of 2021 South 98th. The land that you're about to give back to us was our original homestead, farmstead, so I appreciate that. I wanted to take a chance to thank you, and if there's any questions that you might want to have for me.
Council, any questions?
Glad you're getting it back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for coming down. Any members of the public here to testify on that item? Please come forward now. Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
I'll call item 4C and 4D together. Item 4C and D is approving the Second Amendment to the Terminal Building Redevelopment Agreement between the City of Lincoln and 947 Terminal LLC relating to the redevelopment of the terminal building generally located at 947 O Street and the adjacent right-of-way in downtown Lincoln, and the related ordinance amending ordinance number 21022 to extend the authorized term of the bonds from 15 years to 20 years to repeal certain provisions of ordinance number 21022 in connection therewith, taking other actions in connection with the foregoing and related matters.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dan Marvin, Director of Urban Development, 555 South 10th Street. I want to start with a couple of before and after pictures. When Terminal Building changed possession, Rev Development wanted to put condos in there, and what I learned from this was that there was a vault underneath the sidewalk, which really prohibited our ability to put in a more modern sidewalk because the base of the sidewalk was very unstable. And what they have done as part of this project is restore back so that we have a functioning sidewalk. The other element that was before historic preservation, and you can see the bubbled out area with the cracked terracotta here, and they went before historic preservation and showed the restoration work. I think they were satisfied with that work that went before them. So we have a plan on fixing the upper floors as well, as far as the terracotta and the windows. And what happened since this project went through in 2021, they tried to activate the increment that comes back from tax increment financing and found that there was an impediment for the taxes to be paid to go up because of a previous owner had put in, the word is escaping me, a historic facade restrictions so that the taxes would not go up. And consequently, so the note had been issued, the work was being done, and the ability to activate the increment of taxes that were to be coming in from this was not put in place right away. It took a couple of years to get that issue worked off. And so what we agreed to do was to bring back to you a 20-year TIF, which technically is not a 20-year TIF for the developer because a couple of years have been worked off on this. And then they would put in a few more condominiums on the third and the fourth floor, which provide more housing in the downtown area. And then once that was all done, then the TIF note would be able to get paid off for the developer and the work that was being done. We did not increase the amount of the TIF note. We left it at the same amount, but because of this, this error that occurred several years ago, this is a way to rectify that problem. I'll stop there and answer any questions. And I noticed that Mike Works is here from the development as well, can offer any input that he'd like to do as well.
Council, any questions for Director Marvin? Councilman Beckius?
No, just a thanks for the additional flexibility and recognition of the situation Mr. Works is in terms of not being able to collect that increment on the tax for a couple of years and how that would negatively impact his ability to pay back the bonds and trying to find a solution here. I appreciate that very much.
And do and finish the additional historic restoration on the building as well.
Yeah. So thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Councilman Duden.
Yeah, Dan, I just want to tell you that appreciate the effort to preserve that building because you don't see very many white terracotta buildings in existence, and to have one in Lincoln is pretty unique. So, thank you for your work on that.
Council, any other questions? All right. Are there members of the public who'd like to comment on this item? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, we can proceed.
I'll call items 4E through 4H. Item 4E is Comprehensive Plan Conformance 25014, application of the City of Lincoln Urban Development to review as to conformance with the 2050 Lincoln-Lancaster County Comprehensive Plan, a proposed amendment to 18N Building Redevelopment Project. Within the Antelope Valley Redevelopment Plan to revise the project narrative, adjust the cost-benefit analysis for updated project cost, and to revise the amount of TIF available for the project for the property generally located at the southwest corner of 18th and N Streets. Item 4F is approving the 18N Building Redevelopment Project redevelopment agreement between the City and New Generation Properties, LLC, relating to the redevelopment of property generally located at 18th Street and N Street and adjacent rights-of-way in Lincoln. Item 4G is amending the fiscal year 2025-2026 CIP to authorize and appropriate $4,943,379 in TIF funds for the 18N Building Redevelopment Project. And item 4H is authorizing the issuance of tax allocation bonds for the 18N building redevelopment project in the amount not to exceed $4,943,379.
Good afternoon, Dan Marvin, Director of Urban Development, 555 South 10th Street. Before you is a project that I worked on a couple of years ago, and I think as many of you are aware, building costs jumped rather significantly and put a number of projects on hold. This project was put on hold, and I think the developer wanted to come back with a project that they will be able to begin construction with this year. The location, here's N Street, this is 18th Street, this would be the building site, and some of the related roads that usually we will put areas in there that are public right-of-ways that would be able to receive tax increment financing. There is nothing planned on those roadways at this moment, but in the future, if there was something that we could use and apply towards, then those areas would be available for tax increment financing. The project is a nice-looking, beautiful building on N Street. It'll have 87 units, of which 20% of them will be affordable housing units. So roughly 17 units would be available as affordable units. And I think when you think about this from a planning perspective, the way I look at this is we have Telegraph District that is farther to the east, and then we have this area between what would be where the Pershing site was and Telegraph, and there's an opportunity, I think, as we start stretching our way, stretching the downtown eastward, south of O Street. This would be one of the first projects in that area that will provide development towards a unified Telegraph and downtown district. I think the developer is here, might want to have a couple of words, but let me stop there and answer any questions that you might have.
Council, any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Director.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Seacrest.
Good afternoon. Kent Seacrest, representing New Generation Properties LLC, which is a subsidiary affiliated with Speedway Properties. And also here today to answer any questions you might have, Craig Smith, Beth Vinton, and Michaela Sweeney. So if we're here to try to help you understand this exciting project, and I am so glad to be here. This is, as Dan inferred, we've worked on this for 3 years. And because we came out right at the end of COVID, high interest rates smacked us in the face, high construction costs, just what is post-COVID look like and where people wanted to live and what type of units they wanted to live, caused us to literally have to redesign the project 3 different times. But the guts are still there, a 5-story beautiful building, the same number within the range we thought, and we're proud that we have 20% affordable units, which will be 18, that will have to meet the 60% area mean income test that the city has on their records. So we're just darn excited to be here. If you have any questions on design, Dan did wisely point out the excitement of this really is a bridge to the Telegraph District. And I just would put this in front of you. I hope it shows, because I'm not sure I remember how to use this machine anymore. But you can just see that this is going to be a key bridge. And the Telegraph District's been proving to be very exciting. People like it. It's attracting retail, restaurants, and we've always had good luck with the housing. But we need to finish the connectivity, and this is a major, major project to help us do that. And with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Council, what questions do we have?
No questions.
straightforward.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other members of the public like to comment on this item? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
That concludes section 4 of our agenda. We shall move on to section 5, which is resolutions first readings, or items 5A through 5E. Section 6, ordinances first reading and related resolutions, are items 6A through 6L. And our pending list is section 7, items 7A through 7C.
Chair Carlson, I would move adjournment.
Second.
Seconded by Washington. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.